What's up, guys? I am Unbound Brian, and today, guys, I'm about to be losing my mind! Roll the intro. Alright, so today's video is going to be something that I never thought a video that I would have to make. And this comes from the latest death battle. Ben 10 versus Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern. Now, a lot of you guys are probably going to be shocked that I have some issues with this death battle because if you guys have been a subscriber for a long time, you guys know that I am a huge death battle fanboy. Alright? They have finally come up with a video that I can't back. And I can't do it. And here's the reason why. The death battle, I watched the Ink Tank, aka Kuro the artist. If you guys don't know who that is, I'm going to link to the video I'm referring to in the description below. And it will be the first link at the top. So, you know, make sure you will go check that out. And basically what happens is, and I'm going to let Kuro do most of the explaining here, but he talks about why Death Battle actually got this battle wrong. I know also, guys, I was supposed to do the reaction to that video, but because they contradicted themselves and in their own video, which, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Like, you can't say that a character has a failsafe to avoid X kind of attack. I mean, oh look, I'm just gonna flat out give you guys right now, spoiler warning, alright? If you haven't seen Ben 10 versus Green Lantern and you haven't seen Kuro's analysis on the battle, go watch those first, and then come back here and I'll tell you exactly what I'm saying here. And Kuro is right. I hate to say this, but for once, Death Battle got it wrong. I know. And some of you guys, I'm sure, are Death Battle haters who think they're always wrong, but most of the time, their conclusion doesn't contradict their analysis. So, for example, in the Death Battle, they talk about how the Omnitrix has a failsafe in it, which protects it from people who try to remove the Omnitrix from Ben 10, which, by the way, cutting off his arm would constitute doing that. In fact, Ben 10, even in his own show, warned an alien that was going to do that. Hey, you don't want to do that. That's going to cause more problems than it's going to fix. Ben 10 literally warned an alien, hey, don't do that. Okay. He's literally pinned like this, a saw is coming at him. The alien goes, oh, he's telling the truth, I shouldn't do that. Because there's the thing, it has an AI. It's like, ah! Alright, so that was the first problem. The first issue they have to give Hal Jordan the win is they also give him abilities that are not standard to Green Lanterns. Like time travel, that's not a Green Lantern of power! I know that, like, they say, oh, Hal Jordan did it once. I'm like, yeah, he did it once. And I would also question whether that's something he could actually do, because if that was something he could do, Green Lantern would have defeated Darkseid by himself. Ugh. Ah! Also, there's so many problems with this entire fight. Ugh. So, for example, and Kuro says it best. If he was going to make you disappear as Alien X, he wouldn't make you slowly do it like Thanos style from Marvel. He would just go, you don't exist anymore, and you just wouldn't exist anymore. That's called reality warping. That's what Alien X can do. And by the way, which is really hilarious because Kuro also points out that Alien X actually can stop what they're claiming that he can't stop. In fact, he even shows a clip of him doing it. In fact, he shows him a clip doing it with a lesser alien. Like, Also, Kuro is right about a few other things. I'm not saying that they have to use every alien that Ben has in the death battle. This is true. They don't have to do that. In fact, I would encourage them not to do that. Just use like his most notable aliens, except for the one that's going to determine the victor. He also mentions there are aliens that manipulate technology with like their mind and shit. And you're gonna tell the Green Lantern ring? It's a machine. All right, it's a weapon. It's in the same vein as like a Power Rangers morpher or Iron Man's armor. It's a machine. There are... And also Kuro makes this very valid point, because we've seen Ben do this, where he will turn into like Echo, then turn each Echo back to Ben, and then turn each of those copy Bens back or into another alien. So like one will be Humongosaur, the other one will be Diamond Head, the other one will be Accelerate, and you get the idea. The Green Lantern would be overwhelmed by the amount of ability that Ben has. That's just the realistic way it would go. And truth be told, the Green Lanterns don't even pick the most imaginative people. They pick Hal Jordan because he has a lot of willpower, and this is true. He does. Out of all the Green Lanterns, he has the most willpower. This is very true, but he's not an imaginative person. And this is one of his weaknesses as a Green Lantern. Yes, if he throws a hammer at you, it's going to hurt more than if, say, Kyle Reiner did it. But if Kyle Reiner was going to fight you, he wouldn't use scissors or a boot. He would be like, I'm going to throw a comic book character at you and use comic book logic because I'm imaginative. Also, there is another key point that they failed to mention is Hal Jordan's power ring is finite. It only has so much energy in this tiny ring. So, that being said, Ben 10's watch doesn't have a time limit power source. Of course, we're also talking about these two characters at their best. Here's the other part of this, though, that they failed to recognize. In the animation, they literally have Hal Jordan charging his ring while having a protective shield, while Alien X is punching the shield. Problem. Big problem. Hal Jordan might have the strongest willpower, but Alien X is the strongest alien in Ben's arsenal. He would punch through it. It'd be like shattered. And when Hal was charging the ring, Alien X would have been like, I'll just take that. And then Hal would have died in space. In fact, we know this to be true because we watched Kyle Reiner do it in Injustice, where a Yellow Lantern, I think it was Sinestro, cut off Kyle's finger and watched Kyle choke to death in space. So, you're gonna tell me that Ben, who can clearly see what that power source of the Green Lantern is, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure it out, that, oh, this is the power source, which, by the way, doesn't even have the same fail-safes as the Omnitrix. The Omnitrix has a better fail-safe system. It's like, oh, you're attacking my wearer. I'm gonna turn him into a ghost. Or I'm going to turn him into a dinosaur. I'm going to turn him into an alien that can survive whatever you're throwing at him. The Green Lantern rings don't have that ability. In fact, Batman has even removed one when Hal wasn't looking. And he was like, oh shoot, how'd you... And of course, that's not that shocking when you think about it. Batman's a ninja. Now, we understand Ben is not a Batman. He's not Batman. But Ben 10 is just... Here's the reason why this is an infuriating thing. The ultimate reason why. Ben 10 is another one of these heroes who really doesn't belong in a death battle. Green Lantern is one of those heroes that belongs in a death battle. A fairer fight would have been for them to go Goku versus Green Lantern. But instead, they went for Ben 10. And not only did they overhype the Green Lantern's power set and his ability to use the Green Lantern powers, they also downgraded a hero's power down to this. So, for once, I'm gonna have to say that as a fan of Death Battle, Ben and Wiz, if you ever see this, you got it wrong. You absolutely got it wrong. Kuro, the artist, is absolutely correct. In fact, I would argue the reason why he's correct, even more so, is because he's actually an expert in this character, the Ben 10. He's literally an expert in that character. if I was you guys, in that scenario, you should have gone to him. His whole channel is about this particular character. You went to experts on Superman and Goku to get them right, but you couldn't do that with Ben 10? Which, by the way, Kuro the artist even quotes the actual writers of Ben 10. I never thought I'd have to make a video where I would say Death Battle got it wrong, but wow, this is a first for me, guys. Like, don't get me wrong, Ben 10 is definitely one of my favorite heroes, and you guys can claim I'm biased. That's fine. I don't care. But the truth is, if I was doing that death battle, I'd have looked at individual feats and looked at the current Green Lantern, Hal Jordan. I wouldn't look at fucking pre-Crisis Green Lantern and go, can you do the same thing? Which is really also dumb, because they also did that with Superman. They're like, oh, Kilowog survived this, so Hal should be able to. Not the same person. Not the remotely same feats. And there are other things to consider in that. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to say that ultimately the real winner of the death battle was Ben 10. I'm sorry, but Alien X is like Dr. Manhattan or Molecule Man or the Beyonder. These characters who are like, hey, I warp reality. Green Lanterns don't warp reality. You gonna tell me? Yeah. Also, another key factor here was the time travel point that Kuro makes, which is absolutely correct. Because they say that Ben couldn't manipulate time, but they showed him as an alien manipulating time. Which, by the way, manipulating time is indeed one of, Alien X's abilities. So the realistic thing is, Hal would have been, oh, okay, thanks for the tip, I'm going to go back in time. And then Ben 10 would have followed him back in time. And then he'd have been like, ha-ha! And then he would have been like, nope. Also, if he was, once he transformed to Alien X, what was to stop him from destroying the ring? Which was clearly Hal Jordan's power source, because every time he did something, he would do this. See, it's also not like being a Power Ranger, for example. If Ben 10 was fighting a Power Ranger or a Kamen Rider, he may not know, because it's not as blatantly obvious, to attack the belt buckle or the Advent deck for one of them. You know what I mean? Like, if I put Ben 10 against the Red Ranger, yes, the Red Ranger does this, and that puts on the suit. But you may not put two and two together. Hey, if I take the coin from the suit disappears. Ha ha! He might not know that. That's not so easily put together. But every time the Green Lantern does something, he makes this motion. He does this. He goes, aha! And then a beam comes out and hits him or turns into a giant boot or whatever he wants to do. Even I could figure that out. If I was fighting a Green Lantern with Ben's powers, that's all it would have had to do. Was turn into some really fast alien and just go, I'll take that. And then just hang on to it. And then kill Hal right there. Like, hey, I got your ring. You're dead. Plus, there's other aliens that Ben didn't even use that have an inherent advantage over this guy. Clockwork. They mentioned like two of them, like Chroma Stone or whatever, absorb energy. Alright, I gotta get out of here. This video is already like 15 minutes long and it's a rant video pretty much. Alright guys, if you think there's a point that I missed, put it in the comments below. If you agree with me, make sure you hit that like button. And, Kuro the artist, I just want to say, if you see this video, thank you for actually giving a legitimate debunking of a death battle. I'm going to say this, a lot of the videos I watch, I do watch a lot of the anti-death battle videos where they talk about them and say, oh no, they're wrong. And they never give an actual reason, they just state stuff. Where I want to give you credit, Kuro, because you, my friend, you actually showed stuff, like you used their video. You showed where they contradicted themselves in their own video. And then on top of that, you went to the actual Ben 10 show it showed parts where they either missed it, they forgot it, they didn't use it, whatever the reason was, a litmus of other characters. So I want to say thank you for doing a proper debunking of these of a death battle. I mean, if other people are going to debunk the death battle, they really need to show where it is in the canon, you know, where they can counteract that. But, so, good job. Good job to you. Anyway, guys, if you like this silly rant video of mine, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. I'm Unbound Brian. Before we get out of here, guys, if you've made it to this part of the video, I have an announcement to make. I'm doing my own Versus series, guys. I've been calling it a death battle, but the truth is, death battle already has that claimed, you know what I mean? So I want to come up with my own series, and I'm calling it Crossing Swords. So in my next episode of Crossing Swords, we're going to have the Guyver 1 versus Venom. So make sure you stick around for that. Anyway, guys, I'm Unbound Brian, and I'll see you next time. Peace!